Alright, this is how this hive went into winter, minus the queen excluder. What had happened was I'd loaned out my extractor, and it came back uh, cleaner than it left. It was in perfect, clean condition to be stored. I had this deep super full of honey. So instead of dirty up the extractor, and I didn't have any room in the freezer, I decided I would just put it on one of my hives. That way, if they needed it, they could use it. If they didn't, they could guard it for me, and then it'd be ready to go in the spring. Didn't do any treatments for mites or anything last fall, so everything was good to go. So I kind of drug my feet in getting with them this spring. It's end of April right now, right right before swarm season kicks off, and I knew it was getting close to swarm time, so I got out here and got in them today. And this queen is fantastic. She has, well, had all three of these boxes full of bees and brood, and unfortunately queen cells. But I took that opportunity and went ahead and pulled what queen cells were in there, and I've got 4, hopefully, starts in my queen castle. Each one of those has 2 to 5, I believe, queen cells. It's a 4 compartment, 2 frames per compartment. And then as I kept digging, I found more, so I hunted up a nuke box. Ended up taking 5 more frames out. So out of the 3 deeps, I had 30 frames of brood to choose from, and it worked out great. So out of the 30, I pulled 8 and 5. So I only could give them back 2 blank sheets, or excuse me, 3 blank sheets, to work out sheets of foundation. So they got 3 new foundation, and then I put the deep back on as a honey super once again. But whenever I first started, the guy I learned from told me that the amount of honey that we need in this area, you could overwinter with 1 deep and 1 medium. And I found that a lot of times my queen cells were up top, or if I was making splits, most of my brood would be up top. So I started doing the double. And then, like I said, with this queen laying the way she was doing fantastic. And I actually had 3 boxes, deep boxes that I could sort through. So 30 deep frames to choose from to do splits. And like I said, if it works out of this one hive, I'll still retain it, and then I'll have 5 more for a total of 6 hives, possibly. If I remember, I'll check back in and let you know how everything fares, let you know if the queens hatch and lay. But I just thought it was a stroke of luck, because I mean, every box was booming. I got in the top and I expected it to be full. The middle one I assumed would be, just as full. The bottom I figured would be so-so, and it was jam-packed with bees too.